So hey YouTube, hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Sharonda back with episode 2 of Covid and Thingz. So yes, for those of you that are not familiar, I started an IG Live or a Facebook Live, whichever one you have the opportunity to catch. And it's just a live talking to people that I know, whether it be my friends, it be family, people who have started a business during the middle of a pandemic, right? Gross pandemic. What is this like? Number 8,642 days of COVID, right? Gross. But yeah, so I mean, with the pandemic going on, there's so many negative things that are happening around the world. But I just want to bring a positive light to some people who have been doing phenomenal things, even though we're in the middle of this pandemic. So first, I want to take a few moments to shout out my cousin. Her company is called Saved and Fabulous, and she supplied me with these wonderful lashes. And I've been saying positive energy, right? But I have my sage today, and I got it from my wellness box from my friend. She is selling wellness boxes, Light and Love Wellness, and she will also be featured on one of the episodes as well. So check them out. I will be putting their information below. So let's just get started with our special guest, right? Because that's the reason why you all are here. His name is Quintin Bradford, or Mr. Crypto Pays Me Daily on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel that's booming. But some of you may know and some of you may not know, but he's also my boyfriend. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of good things about how you can make some money, some side money, in the middle of this pandemic, because I don't know about y'all, but a little bit of extra change goes a long way. So I'm not gonna hold it anymore. We're just gonna get started. The second guest is Quintin Bradford. Yay.
Hey guys.
AKA Q45. Some people may know him as Q. But I am just talking to Quintin Bradford because he has been doing some phenomenal things during, the whole pandemic. I'm not going to give his story away. I'm going to let him tell his story.
Thank you for having me, Sharonda. And my name is Quintin Bradford. I am originally from Beaumont, Texas, Southeast Texas, and I currently reside in Houston, Texas.
So with you, Quintin, how has the pandemic been treating you?
Well, I guess I'm probably in the same boat as a lot of other people. When COVID kind of started really taking off and really affecting us back in March, I was currently, employed, working. I just, had a promotion, got promoted with the company I was with, and not even maybe 2.5 weeks after, starting in the new office, we were all sent home to work from home, just virtually, via Zoom pretty much. And I would say probably within another maybe 4 to 6 weeks after that time, I got a call that I was laid off. So, I think me and 40 plus million other people, kind of fell in that same boat where, we all thought we had some job security, I'm sure. And, we just never expected to be in a position where, COVID would affect us in a way where we would lose our jobs. And it was pretty tough, because I just got promoted. This was my 5th promotion with the company. I had been with them just almost 5 years. So,
I was about to say what's the name of the company, but we don't have to shout them out. They're not dropping it.
I don't have a problem saying it because I think it kind of makes sense as to why I was laid off. But I was working with Enterprise Holdings, which is Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And, for the past, I say 2.5 years, I was a branch manager running locations. And that was one of the reasons I moved down to Houston, was to run my own store. And, I did well at my first store. I got promoted to my second store. And then I really just kind of wanted to shift a little bit and get out of the branch and just a little more, um, I guess you say a little more professional role as far as, I was moving into an account executive role in the fleet management office, which was going to, give me a little bit better balance, work-life balance. So, and I was going to be able to make a lot more money. So, um, you would think, if I'm getting promoted, why would you let me go? But, it was just kind of the way it happened. So, I got laid off.
But I mean, you kind of came in last, right? One of the last
Well,
few
yeah, because
people to get.
yeah, I mean, it was me and someone else who had got promoted, into the office at the same time. So there was two new people in the office, and I just happened to be the lucky one that got laid off. So
Yeah, so, but it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, right?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, definitely was a blessing for sure.
So, I mean, with the pandemic, I mean, of course, there's been a lot of things going on. A lot of people have been starting businesses. LLCs have been popping up everywhere. And I feel like a lot of people feel like, the pandemic, yes, the pandemic is awful. COVID-19 is awful. I'm going to say that. But it's given a lot of people time to do things that they haven't been able to do in the past, or just, I mean, just start, putting things on paper. So, what is the one thing that you've been doing since the pandemic started?
Um, well, I'll tell you first and foremost, it is giving me a chance to really just stop, from just the everyday, like just going into work every day and just being trapped in that everyday cycle of work, work, work. So that was the first thing is that it allowed me to stop, from just working and really just kind of
8 to 5, 9 to 5.
just take a breath, and it allowed me to really kind of rest and catch up and clear my mind. I was able to spend a lot of time just with you and just in the house. So I mean, but yeah, that was the first thing. And then it gave me some time to think as well. I would say the first 2 weeks that I was that I was officially laid off. I mean, I was salty for sure. I wasn't happy about it. So it gave me a chance to kind of cool off, clear my mind, and then really kind of regroup to say like, hey, yeah, this happened, but these bills are still going to keep coming. Like, you still got to be able to do this and that, and how are you going to do it? So then I had to go into the mode of like, hey, let me put my thinking cap on and let me figure out what I'm going to do, because people aren't hiring right now. I still have bills to pay. I still want to create, a future for myself, and what am I going to do? So then I had to go to the drawing board. So
It's a lot. I mean, it kind of hit everybody all at once. There was definitely not a playbook for everything that happened. And then we had all the stuff going on with Black Lives Matter. I mean, whenever you think about Black Lives Matter, what is like the first thing that comes to your head?
man, I mean,
And the first thing, not like the second or third thing, the first thing.
it's just the struggle. I mean, that's probably the first word that comes is it's just struggle. Like we're still in a position where you know as African Americans, as blacks, like we're still in that same struggle. We're still dealing with you know just so much injustice and the killings, and I mean it's frustrating. It really is. It's really frustrating to think that the things that are happening are still happening, in today's society. So, it's frustrating. I would say, it brings about a lot of emotions when we talk about Black Lives Matter. When I look at it, of course, that is strength, and unity for our community, but it also brings about a lot of feelings of just, anger and frustration and sadness for a lot of these families that are having to deal with you know their family members being killed and mistreated. So yeah, I mean it's tough. It's a tough subject. It's a tough you know it's tough.
Yeah, and I mean, with us being here in Houston, I mean, everything that happened with George Floyd, we were like, I mean, I mean, it was like crazy because everybody was, woke
Right. I
basically.
mean,
So
coverage everywhere. National news all over the place here with that happening. So with the funeral being here. So yeah,
yeah, definitely.
we're
Shout out to Count the Praise because it was our church where they had the funeral for George Floyd. So still, that's very sad, but still the same. Kudos. Yeah. So what else would you? I mean, what else have you been doing in regard to Black Lives Matter? What have you done?
I mean, for the first time, I got a chance to go to DC. I know, we went to DC for the march, in Washington, and that was a very, very cool experience, to be a part of. I know COVID probably affected it a lot, from what normally happens, but there was a lot of people. We just had to be safe, protect ourselves, cover up as much as possible. But being a part of that and seeing the family members speaking about their lost loved ones. I mean, it was very emotional. It was very empowering as well, just to know like, hey, if we have a voice, we need to use it. We need to stand up. You know, support these marches and rallies. It's the same thing that they've been doing for the last 50, 60 years, and we're still in that battle, but we just have to know like we can't stop fighting for, for what's right, and for us to be treated right. So um, that was just a really cool experience. I mean, I got to get so many like just t-shirts and just things to bring back to wear and, just to be able to represent on a daily basis, like Black Lives Matter. So really cool. I'm glad to see it, in the NBA and the NFL, those guys using their voices and their platforms. At the end of the day, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just to make sure we keep awareness to it at all times.
Yeah.
And like, if
Yeah.
you can wear Black Lives Matter on your jersey and just put it in the face of everyone at every minute of a game, hey, I think that's great, And if you can speak about it during halftime and run commercials and use your social media platforms, these athletes are very, very big, advocates for this thing. So I like how they're, kind of integrating that with sports and just keeping that message out front. So again, we just have to keep doing our part and keep bringing awareness to it and just keep fighting the struggle.
Yeah. Especially with, I mean, and it's not just basketball, football, the most popular sports, it's all sports. I mean, I know you're a big tennis fan, so even in tennis, they're representing. But I see on your shirt, to kind of change the subject, your shirt says what, a million a month?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, oh, you fancy, huh?
You're not doing anything until you're making $1 million a month. So
So speaking of a million a month, what is it that you have been doing to make a million a month? I know your YouTube channel has been popping. What have you been up to?
very thankful for that. Well, I mean, when everything happened with COVID, again, I had to kind of go to the drawing board, and I really just I'm so thankful for like my relationships that I built with people and friendships because you never know when they come back to just bless you like in an unexpected way. And a friendship that I made with a gentleman by the name of Ken Francis. This was
Shout out to
yeah,
Ken.
I've been knowing Ken for probably 8 years now, and we've always kind of kept in touch from a previous business opportunity that we worked in. We were both in it, and then we got to actually do some things together. Got to do some traveling, some really cool experiences, meet some really cool people, and just kept that relationship there. And he actually reached out to me, out of the blue, right after I got laid off. And he was just saying like, hey, what's been going on? Hey, just checking on you, And then he started telling me about a gentleman that he knew, that he had been following on social media, that he built the relationship with, years and years back. And this gentleman was talking about a decentralized hedge fund. And this hedge fund was dealing with cryptocurrency, which, of course, everyone, I'm pretty sure, sees it now because it's, just everywhere, and it's becoming, so much, it's just becoming known now. But this gentleman,
But I'm gonna ask you this question. So whenever you say decentralized, because for the people like me that have no idea what had no idea what that means, like what does the decentralized hedge fund
well, I mean,
mean?
if you think about a bank, that's a centralized institution, which means like, there's control. A bank can control your money. They can control, you know, every aspect of you using them in a sense, because that's just what it is. It's just a centralized, institution. And when you look at something that's decentralized, you take that factor out. You take the human element out of it, and there's no other institution that will come in between what you're doing to regulate it or to, try to manipulate it or control it. So when I speak of a decentralized hedge fund, it's something that I would tell everyone to educate themselves on, especially when you look at like blockchain technology and Bitcoin and Ethereum, all of these different cryptocurrencies. Definitely get educated on it because it's really the future, and it's coming. I don't care how much you want to think that it may not be. It's here, and it's probably not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So
Fingers crossed, because I'm invested.
yeah, right. So but with the hedge fund, basically what it was is that you could actually take your cryptocurrency, deposit it into a wallet, which is run on the blockchain, have no human interaction with it, have no banking interaction with it. Simply, you just deposit your Bitcoin or your Ethereum there, and this hedge fund would trade it via artificial intelligence. So it's like a system that just basically takes trades and trades it, and it would grow it for you. And it's grown at an average of about 10% a month. So when I found out about this, I told myself, I said, well, look, I have a little bit of money just because I save, but I'm not working. My company is going to give me a severance. I do have a 401k that, they are letting us access. So, maybe I can like invest in this, and maybe I can try to like build it to where I can replace my income from work. And so that's what I did. And it worked. I made a little money the first month, made more the second. It kind of kept growing and growing. And I ended up getting involved with another company via Mr. Francis and another associate of his. They brought another business to the table, which was a company called Crypto 300. And this company was, it was designed to take your Bitcoin and trade it for you as well, but it could grow it faster than the hedge fund. Now, of course, it was a little more risky to do that, but the track record was there; it had been around, so we felt, fairly safe, dealing with the company. And I was able to take some of the, Bitcoin that I had accumulated and really grow it a lot, like a lot, in a very short period of time. So, um,
And since you're saying Bitcoin, like a lot of people really don't know how to get Bitcoin. I mean, I know like there's like a couple of different ways, but how do you get
well, I
Bitcoin?
mean, you're gonna start seeing it become available a lot more places. I mean, now, just simple things like your Cash App on your phone. They sell Bitcoin right through Cash App, and you can purchase it right from your phone. And then there's other ways. There's ATM machines right here downtown in Houston where you can actually purchase Bitcoin right out of an ATM. And I think you're going to start seeing companies like PayPal, Venmo. You may even start seeing some banks, start to actually recognize cryptocurrency as, you know, a form of currency. And so it's going to be everywhere. I mean, it already is in a sense. You just may not see it because you're not looking for it. But there's a lot of places where you can buy Bitcoin. It's not really hard to get it.
So, like, after you buy the Bitcoin, there is, I'm invested, by the way, guys, so I kind of know a little bit of this. But after you purchase the Bitcoin and then you jump onto a site, like, so you have your own individual site, right? It's not just a crypto 300 site, it's more.
Correct. So I mean, yes, I can like refer people to come to the company, via like a referral link and say, hey, here's my link. You can also do it and join, and you can trade your Bitcoin with the company and let them grow it for you. But the referral links are like really long, so of course, it made sense to just go and purchase a domain. And so I created my own domain, which is cryptopaysmedaily.com, and I tagged it to, and I just forwarded it to my referral link. So, when I do my YouTube videos or when I'm posting on social media, I can post my cryptopaysmedaily.com, and then people can click that and go right to my, right to enroll for the company. So.
And basically, for those of you that don't know, after you join like the crypto 300 site, you're basically hitting a button that just says "Get Paid Daily." That's all you're doing, and you're hitting that button, and it's. I mean, what is it doing whenever they're, or whenever we're hitting "Get Paid
Well, what
Daily"?
happens is the company just basically tells you, hey, we're going to guarantee you a certain return on your investment. And so they have a cycle of days that it takes to pay you that investment back or your profits back. So every day you just go in there and you hit a button to get paid those profits for that day. And then after you hit it for however many days is in that cycle, you're paid out your investment back plus your profit. And then that's it. And then, you get your money.
So are you close to a million a month?
I'm not there. Not yet, but you gotta have some goals, and you gotta stretch your belief, and you gotta, really believe that it's possible. And, I think, this will open up a lot of avenues for me to be able to do more, so it'll open up the doors. It'll give me the money to be able to tap into other investments or other business opportunities. So, but yeah, doing very well with it, very, very well, and just very thankful.
You know, she said very well, very, very well. That's what that means. Like,
Doing very well. I mean,
close
it's
to a
been the
million a
biggest
month.
blessing. Me being laid off was just a huge, huge blessing. So right now, it's just keep my head down, stay focused, keep working it, and really try to get to some goals that I put in place for myself.
Yeah. And so, I mean, of course, with crypto going on, everybody is. I mean, I see Ron says I'm trying to make a million a month. That's the new logo. I mean, I really want one of those shirts. I'm kind of sad I didn't get one.
You did get a shirt.
It don't say a million a month. I'm trying to make a million a month too.
Well, you got a good one though. Was it?
Do you remember what it says?
Because I
What?
wanted the shirt. They didn't have the shirt my size, so
What
it
does
said,
the shirt say?
the seed never, or as it said, the harvest never looks like the seed. I think that's what it says.
It's not even memorable.
Oh, well, I actually like that shirt, so I wish they would have had my size because I would have got it.
Yeah, no, I like the shirt. But a
Yeah,
million a month says
from the firm here in Houston. So a really good friend of mine, Corey and Joy Venison. They have a car dealership here in Houston, Hollywood Motors, and then she has a law office as well right next door called the Firm. And so they make these shirts, and I went and bought a whole bunch of them. So I thought they were really cool.
that's good. Okay, so of course, I want to shout out because I'm sitting here looking at them. These eyelashes, Saved and Fabulous. I said that I would shout them out. It's my cousin. So please check out Saved and Fabulous. Her Facebook is Saved and Fabulous. Her Instagram is Saved and Fabulous. She has. But Quintin, how can people find you on social media?
Well, my YouTube channel, if you're wanting information about like the businesses that I'm doing and different things I'm kind of working with, I would definitely tell you to tap into my YouTube channel. It's maybe a little over a month now, almost maybe a month and a half or so that's been going. And I mean, have gotten just a ton of traffic. And I just kind of post about, the results and things, how you can get started, what you need to do. But I would definitely say, subscribe there. The YouTube channel is Crypto Pays Me Daily. So just put Crypto Pays Me Daily in, and you'll see a big picture of a Bitcoin, and then you'll see videos of me all inside there. Also, too, in all of my videos, the descriptions, I have all the links and things to the different opportunities. Also, my Instagram link is there, which is at Mr. Quintin B, and that's MrQuintinB _ so Mr. Quintin B _ and you can tap into the Instagram, and then also too with Facebook, you can just search me under Quintin Bradford, and I'm on Facebook as well. So
And I feel like that's definitely like one of the opportunities that I feel like it's been a lot of opportunities since COVID hit to just come up and people have the opportunity to make money like left and right.
right.
I know you and I got involved in the kind of like the blessing circles or the Sou Sous. Would you say you feel about those?
Um, I mean,
Be
I
honest.
mean,
Go ahead and say it.
I mean, honestly, for me, I think those, I think that they can work, and I would tell you they did work. I mean, I was able to make a ton of money, doing them. I don't think it's just going to be a source of income for long term. Maybe it's something that can work for you for a while, but really and truly, is it something that's going to last? Maybe there are a few of them that are, but most of them really aren't ran right. They're not.
But would you encourage people to even get started with them?
I mean, I would say yes, but I would just make sure that you know who you're getting involved with. Make sure that that group is ran right, it's organized, it's neat. I mean, because some of these groups, they're just kind of thrown together and people just throwing money everywhere, and the next thing you know, you're looking like, well, where's mine? And some people are getting paid, some people aren't. I would tell you just make sure you know who you're dealing with, because I mean, I know there are some out there that are paying people and it's really helping a lot of people. At the end of the day, for me, I didn't want to just focus my time there, because I knew, like, in the long run, that's not going to be a viable source of income for me. So my focus has been where it's at now, which is paying me way more than a Sou Sou can pay me. I mean, I know some of these Sou Sous can pay a lot, but I'm in control.
What is it like 16,000? What was the biggest one that we heard about? Because there's two different kinds. Like there's the Telegram Sou Sou, where it's kind of like you don't have to bring anybody in. And for those of you that are not familiar with like a Sou Sou or a blessing circle, basically what it is you put a certain amount of money into kind of like a circle or a group or a community, however you want to do it. You basically put like a certain amount of money into. I just got another phone call. I'm popular right now. But you basically put a certain amount of money into a group or a community, and then for some of them, would you say like the Sou Sou is more like you bring two people in, or would you say like the blessing circle, or they're both
All
called
the
the same
same
thing?
thing. I mean, the original idea is that a person is supposed to bring two. Everyone brings two people, and it creates this long chain of people that just kind of keep funneling money between themselves. Um, like I said, can it work? Yes. Long term, probably a little bit harder to keep them going long term, unless it's really ran right and you have a lot of people that can continue to keep joining.
And so like that's how that's what I was thinking whenever I first got into when I was like, oh, we need a lot of people, a lot of people. But I mean, do you really like need a bunch of people? I mean, as long as people are bringing their two people in,
Well, I mean, I
and
consider that to be a lot of people because if everyone has to continue to keep bringing two, like at some point, like it's going to be a whole lot of people. And if that ever stops, then someone's not going to get paid. And so a lot of what happens or what can affect you from getting paid is not even because of what you did. It's because you might have went and got your two people, but did those two people get theirs? And then did those two get their four or eight or whatever? And so what ends up happening is, um,
one person don't get their two
and then
people.
now the people who are supposed to pay you are not there, and you're mad because you did what you were supposed to do, but you didn't get paid. So it's just, it will happen at some point that somebody will not get their two people.
But it's so sad because other communities, I'm saying other communities, but other cultures, they do this, and I mean, they keep it going, and it's like, well, I mean, what can we do as a people to keep these things going? Because I mean, if you think about it, like there's some where you put in $100, you bring in two people, you get $800 back from it. And I mean, some people have the thought of it being like this quick get rich type scheme. But I mean, technically, Sou Sou really takes like, or Blessing Circle really takes, it's supposed to take like 21 days. And I feel like because we started like doing all these cut corners, like trying to get, the money really quickly, like we've like shorted ourselves. And it kind of sucks.
Me personally, I'm not really for the idea. I'm just not. Like I don't think it.
Now you're not for the
I mean, I
idea.
tried it. I did it. I tried it. I made some money. I
Exactly.
lost some money, and I made more than I lost. But I just don't think that, you know, for me, having to pull on people to try to get money out of them to come and join it, and you're always trying to have to search for people. For me, it's just not for me. Now, I mean, I know I'm not saying that it can't work and it's not working for a lot of people because I think it is. Some people like it.
Right, because people should join. I feel like people should join. I feel like we should so I don't know, I don't even really want to say just support another person, but I really feel like it's a good thing, like it's an opportunity for a lot of people to basically get blessed, like it says the
I
blessing circle.
agree. I agree.
And I just wish it didn't have such a bad stigma.
I don't think that it necessarily just has that, but when you start putting so many different people in the mix, everybody has to do everything the right way. And there's just, I don't care what race or what culture you're using, you're always going to have someone in there that's not going to do it the right way. Somebody else, you tell people, this is what was in my experience. You tell someone, hey, you need to get two people, right? Everybody needs to get two. And then the next thing you know, this next person that you told to go get two, he got his two, but he's telling them like, "Hey, I'll get your people for you. Hey, I'll help you get your people," or like, "I have people for you." And then as soon as you break the chain of what you're really supposed to be doing, then you change the whole system. So if you can get involved with people that you know, people that you trust, people that can really follow instruction, maybe that thing can work. But the problem is by the time you get 5, 6 levels down in people, you don't know any of those people. And so you just gotta hope that the right people are coming in and that they're telling them the right things and that, people are saying the right things to people. But I think it can work. I would love for it to work. I would love to get paid money every 21 days. But is it, something that I feel like is gonna last long term? No. I don't. So I rather build my business and let me be in control of what I'm making and not depending on someone else to go find two people. That's just me.
Mr. Million a month.
Hey, yeah, I received it. I received that.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was good talk. I mean, we've held it out for a good bit of time. I just, for this live, for those of you that are not familiar, for this live, I just really wanted to talk to Quintin about what he has been doing, because I feel like it's a great opportunity for people that are looking for an investment opportunity and just looking to grow the money that you may have saved. Because I know we have our 401ks, we have our 403bs. But a lot of times, whenever you get yourself into those 401ks and 403bs, you don't really know what your money is doing. It takes a lot to be able to sit down and kind of research that stuff, sitting down with an advisor. And so I feel like with the crypto 300 deal, I mean, it's just awesome because you can actually see your money growing. You can actually put your money into a a, a place where it's growing and not just sitting still. And I feel like that's good for us, as a people. I mean, it's good during these times because we never know, what tomorrow holds, what next week holds. And speaking of that, everybody, please make sure that you go vote. There is no excuse. This election is major. If you are not registered to vote, please get registered to vote. If you're going to do a mail-in ballot, you don't want to stand at the polls, please make sure you mail in your ballot. Do that ASAP because there's a lot of things in place. I mean, this is like modern day, some serious stuff going on. A lot of things in place that are holding us back from being able to vote. And your vote does count. So if you are not registered, make sure you go and get yourself registered to vote. But yeah, this live, hopefully it's able to help somebody because that's what these are all about.
And keep in mind too, I mean, with what I do, there is risk. So I don't want to make it just sound like, hey, you're just gonna come out here and make all of this.
Now you
There
tell us. It's like,
is
what
some
is the
risk.
risk?
But I talk, hey, check out the YouTube channel because I kind of break things down. I mean, there's very minimal risk at times, and there's some things can be a little higher risk, but there's always risk. So there's risk going to work at your regular job every day. So
True. We all saw that during COVID. People getting laid off left and
but I'm
right.
happy to say that I don't plan to ever have to work for anyone else again. So
Million a month?
I
Million
don't
a
need a
month?
million a month not to work for anybody else, but this is the goal. This is the goal, though, for sure.
Wait, making us jealous. But hey, we can all be on that level too, a million a month.
Yeah, very possible.
Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate you coming on. It was a pleasure to talk to you about everything that's going on. Is there anything else you want to share with the people?
No, I guess not. I mean, I think I talked enough. They're probably tired of hearing me.
What's the score?
What's
Is the game over?
oh no, Cowboys 17-20. They're down 3, getting the ball back right now. So about to tune into that. So and I gotta do some of my work. I got some work stuff that I need to do. Some stuff for my YouTube channel and just working my business. I have
I'm not ashamed to say, who are the Cowboys playing?
Rams.
Oh, who did the Seahawks play? Did they play
Played.
today?
They beat. Gosh, I can't remember who they played. Atlanta. They played Atlanta.
Oh, they beat
Yeah, they
them.
beat them.
Before you go, we need to take a picture for. Actually, you know what? We're gonna probably get off live and take a picture because I don't think I can turn the screen and then us take a picture. I don't think I can rotate it. Yep. Did I start moving?
Yeah.
Or did it say rotate on
Nah,
the thing?
you moved.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so I'm gonna hang up on this line. But thank y'all so much for joining. Of course, you'll see this live on YouTube if you did not get a chance to watch the thing. And join us every week. Not necessarily us, myself and Quentin, but join me every week because there will be a live episode called COVID and Thingz with the Z. With so I don't say with Sharonda with a C, but I don't think about it. But anyways, thank you.
Thanks for having me and appreciate it.
Bye.